From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A Bozeman lawmaker is backing up her beliefs in more affordable housing with her own money. Coming up, how one woman is making a statement with her own property in the hopes others will do the same.
I'm Jonathan Ambarian in Helena. Montana's hotly contested U.S. Senate race has drawn millions more in spending from candidates and independent committees. I'll have a closer look at the latest campaign finance reports.
I'm Megan Thompson here in Butte with Marlene of Butte Cookies, and coming right up, she's going to teach us how to decorate some cookies.
Alrighty, it is 6:31 on this Friday edition of Montana This Morning. Jay McDonald and Matt L.
I have to be honest, I have no interest in decorating. I just have interest in eating.
I do too. Yeah, just bring them on
Just
over,
saying.
Megan. Whenever you're done,
Yep.
there's a spot right here
Share
for
and
your
share
cookies.
alike.
Yeah, exactly right.
Today's Groundhog Day, shadow
yeah.
or no shadow. It was no shadow today, which means an early spring in
Punxsutawney
Punxsutawney's
Phil
world.
has spoken.
Sure.
Yeah, you're not a fan of the rodent, I
No,
take it.
I'm not. We are seeing some warmer temperatures, though. I would contend that we skipped winter
Yeah.
and went straight to spring.
Come on, Phil.
Right now into the 30s. Today's going to be another transition day. Today our temperatures are going to cool down a few degrees. It's tonight and tomorrow we start seeing some snow chances and rain chances. Yuck. It does look like our temperatures will cool down enough that we see some pretty substantial snow in some areas. I'm going to talk more about the timing and impacts in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Well, selling your home for less than market value doesn't sound good for most people. But one Bozeman couple jumped at the idea. MTN's Julie Salee tells us about the HRDC's Land Trust and how homeowners are ensuring that their homes are staying affordable for future buyers.
For almost 11 years, a Bozeman couple has owned this condo, but now they're selling it and making a meaningful contribution toward affordable housing here in town.
We've been asked a couple times, why are you losing money on this? And it's like, well, we're not losing money.
You may recognize J.P. Pomnikowski. She's been a Montana legislator for 14 years and a senator for 8 years. She and her husband, Bob Wall, have been renting out this condo for quite some time.
It was really important to us when we bought the condo to make it affordable housing, which we did while we owned it.
Now that they're selling it, they say it's important to them to keep it affordable. That's why they decided to work with the HRDC and their Land Trust, which helps create and maintain affordable housing. Today, the Land Trust stewards more than 60 homes in Gallatin and Park County. JP and Bob's condo is one of the 3 newest homes available for purchase.
We want to keep the cost within reach of a lot of the people that work and live in this community and increasingly can't.
So, they set a sales price that is roughly 25% below market price on their condo to be folded into the HRDC's Land Trust with a deed restriction to ensure their home stays affordable for future buyers. So how much is it going for?
$300,000 flat.
JP says they could have sold it easily for $425,000 to $550,000.
We're not making as much as we could have, but I think it's more important to, think about the community too.
And they hope their decision inspires other people to do the same.
There is a lot of housing inventory that is coming online in the Gallatin Valley, but it's going to be high-priced housing inventory, which doesn't help. And so if we can inspire others, or if they are encouraged to do what we've done, there is a great way to do it.
For more information on the HRDC's Land Trust, visit our website. In Bozeman, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jolie. And here's an update on a story that we told you about earlier this week. According to Gallatin County Sheriff's Office, a tip led to the arrest and charging of an 18-year-old Bozeman resident in the case of 49 stolen road signs. The majority of the signs were located on Wednesday, and MTN was there when the Gallatin County Search and Rescue Team pulled them from the river. The signs were stolen from various parts of the county. Currently, 46 of the 49 stolen signs have been recovered. The case continues to be under investigation as deputies follow up on additional leads. And NorthWestern Energy is warning of a scam targeting residents in Billings and in Bozeman. Many customers are receiving calls from imposters who are trying to steal money. The callers claim that they're from Northwestern and threaten to disconnect service for non-payment if they're not paid within half an hour. Most of the recent victims are small business owners.
If you're a small business owner, anyone, but a small business owner perhaps that has a restaurant and this is approaching lunchtime, that can cause you to panic and do something that you normally wouldn't do if you took a minute.
And NorthWestern Energy says the utility will never demand immediate payment and urges people not to engage with the scammers. And on Wednesday, Yeti announced it has reached an agreement to purchase Bozeman-based Mystery Ranch, a renowned manufacturer of backpacks. Mystery Ranch was founded back in 2000, and the move comes about 2 years after Mystery Ranch co-founders Dana Gleason and Renee Sipple-Baker stepped away from senior leadership and into new roles on the company's board of directors. Local outdoor shop employees all seem to have similar opinions about the sale.
Yeah, I found out about that yesterday, actually. I'm not so concerned about the quality of Mystery Ranch going downhill, but I am concerned about Mystery Ranch's presence in Bozeman with this happening. I mean, it seems like Yeti, they make good stuff, and so I think that the backpacks will still stay good quality moving forward, but now that it's not Bozeman owned, I worry that Yeti won't see the value of keeping it in Bozeman.
It's pretty unfortunate, in my opinion. I mean, I'd love to see stuff stay around Bozeman and local businesses, but they got the attention of the big corporation. They got what they deserved. Like, good for them. I'm not going to be too torn up about it, but I'd just like to see stuff stay around here.
Yeti says Mystery Ranch will continue to operate out of Bozeman and will work with Yeti over the next several months to integrate it with its team and the new owners. And Wednesday was the deadline for federal candidates to submit their year-end fundraising numbers. And as expected, millions more dollars have poured into the nationally watched race for Montana's Senate seat. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian breaks down the latest in campaign finance reports.
The Federal Election Commission's year-end reports show what campaigns raised and spent in October, November, and December, giving us an updated financial picture of Montana's U.S. Senate race going into 2024. For the fourth consecutive quarter, Democratic Senator Jon Tester's campaign reported raising more than $5 million, and they spent nearly $7.3 million over those 3 months. The campaign still had more than $11 million in the bank. Among the Republican candidates challenging Tester, Gallatin County businessman Tim Sheehy's campaign brought in just under $2.5 million, including $450,000 in loans from Sheehy. They spent $2.3 million during the quarter and had more than $1.2 million in cash on hand at the start of the year. Former Secretary of State Brad Johnson, who has acknowledged he'll be significantly outspent in the race, brought in just $22,000, including $15,000 of his own money. Meanwhile, Congressman Matt Rosendale, who has hinted at a possible Senate run but not formally jumped in, raised only $98,000 during the last quarter, though his campaign committee still had more than $1.6 million in cash on hand. The spending isn't only coming from the candidates themselves. Millions more in independent expenditures have also been reported. Last Best Place PAC has been running ads attacking Sheehy. The group reported raising just over $2 million in the last quarter, all of it from a Democratic-aligned group, which Sheehy's campaign has blasted as Democratic interference in the primary. Another super PAC, More Jobs, Less Government, has paid for ads supporting Sheehy, along with Republican Senate candidates in other states. National media has also reported that top federal super PACs for Republicans and Democrats are already buying tens of millions of dollars in ad time in Montana. The next federal campaign finance reports will cover the period through the end of March. By that time, we'll have a full picture of which candidates are in the race. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now, a Butte woman who has become known through her generous donations of cookies to community events has taken on the title of the Cookie Lady. And our Megan Thompson shares how the woman says a freak accident that left her immobile led to her new career path.
A freak accident that altered a Butte woman's life also led her to a new passion and a successful cooking making business.
So it's like coloring. You're gonna color your line first. They call me the cookie lady, so they're like, I know who you are, you're the cookie lady, and I'm like, yeah, so it feels good. I didn't think this would ever happen to me.
In 2021, Marlon suffered a fall outside of her home that shattered her left leg from the knee down. She found herself with a lot of downtime, and she came across cookie decorating videos on social media that piqued her interest.
I'm a homemaker. I'm kind of like that the Mexican Martha Stewart because I love being in the kitchen. We have chickens, duck, a turkey. So we get fresh eggs, yes. Oh, yes, nice. Fresh eggs. Secret ingredient. Yeah, that too. One set of cookies.
And Marlon's motto is not practice makes perfect, but rather practice makes better.
The very beginning was super hard to figure out the fluidities of the icings on cookies because there's 3 different phases. And when you use meringue powder, you only have 15 to 20 seconds per little section to do before it starts crystallizing.
Do people care about the taste?
Oh, they do. Yeah, I've had customers say, no, your cookies taste so good. And it is just a basic butter biscuit recipe, and I think that's what it is because it has a lot of butter in it. And other little ingredients in there to make them creamy.
Marlon says that praise keeps her going.
And I think that's why I keep going because a lot of people are not saying they're not just pretty, they're so good. So yes, that's why I keep going. And you're gonna just follow it as close to the edge as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Oh, I love it. Thank you very much, Megan, for sharing that story with us. All right, it is 6:42 now. We're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning, but when we come back, well, there's some good deals in February. We're going to break down what items may be going on sale this month.
I'm John Matteries. From TVs to appliances to home goods, you'll find some great discounts the month of February. I'll show you what to buy coming up.